Hi, my name is Sydney. You're watching The Gifted vlog, season 3, episode 7.
Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
You could not sleep without it. Meanwhile,
Alright, so as you can see, there's a lot of work to be accomplished between now and showtime. We have enough time to get it done. We just have to continue to build on what we learned the last Saturday. So with the last practice, whatever y'all take home, y'all need to take home, work on that, improve it, and then come back with that at that starting point so we can continue to build, and I'll start moving things over until we get stuff that's like performance ready. Performance ready means it's ready to be put on stage. So there are 3 different conflicts that are happening in the story. One is entitlement versus work ethic, where one character believes that just because of, you know, where they were born or how much money their parents have, that they're just entitled to be above everybody else and to get all of the accolades and all the awards, where another character is all about the work and all about just, you know, continuing to keep the head down and grind, and what is being, you know, is what's going to happen to both of these characters.
My name is Michael and I'm playing Ruko. So overall, he wants to get this scholarship, but he doesn't actually put in the work to get it. He kind of just thinks that because of like his dad and his money and that he's just gonna automatically get it, but that doesn't end up being what happens. So he starts off kind of just like, oh, like I'm here, I'm popular, like everybody likes me. But by the end, he's more like, I don't care if you like me, like I'm gonna control you, you're gonna fear me, kind of like that. The hardest part is definitely just being entitled, because it's not how I would go about things. Like having to be like thinking that I'm better than everybody else in the scenes is different for me. My character represents that in the end, your hard work and your determination will get you to where you need to go. And just because other people may have started before you, or they have this background and like their family or something, or they have money, doesn't necessarily mean that you won't like be able to get to where they are.
Hi, I'm Ash, also known as Phoenix, and I'm playing the character of Raina. So in this story, she is trying to fight through the pressures of social media, and she ends up becoming this entirely different person that she's not true to. The hardest part about bringing my character to life is probably the fact that I relate to her so much. Like, I'm not very, like, I am very vocal, I sing a lot, but like it's kind of hard to do that in front of a bunch of other people. And now I'm also being challenged with not only putting that in front of people again, but also like trying things that I don't normally do. Like I don't rap, but I'm rapping. So yeah, I think it's just the fact that it's like her story is kind of like mine and like singing wise. It's one thing Morgan always says, confidence is nothing without self-worth and drive. And I really feel like she pushes that, but it's also like, don't let social media determine the kind of person you are and who you are. Like, stay true to yourself.
The other conflict is about fear of following your dream, because there is an appearance of safety in other things. Sometimes, most of the time, your dream is scary. Your dream is not something that a lot of people can connect, well, not as they connect with, but a lot of people may not necessarily understand it because it's your dream, it's your passion. And a lot of times people choose to do something different other than following their dream. Either they're following things that people are saying or cautioning them about in order to live a safe life, instead of living a life where you're not allowing fear to hold you back. You're going to have to go through the ups and downs either way. You might as well go through the ups and downs and get closer to your dream than to live a life of safety and still have those same ups and downs.
My name is Christiana and I'm playing Maya. My character doesn't really change in the story. She just keeps focusing on her work. The hardest part about bringing my character to life is because we're complete opposites. I would choose dance over work, but she chooses work over dance. So it's like, yeah. She's a good dancer, but she thinks of dance as a hobby and not something that will take her anywhere in life. So she just stays, like, she works a job she hates, because she thinks she has to, and she really doesn't. But yeah, she's just very one-set-minded.
So my character is Angel. So Angel's mission at the beginning of the story is to follow her passion of leveling up in the dance world. She's focused on securing bookings and convincing her friends to go to California with her. And she's like very determined to like fulfill her dreams, even though people around her may not be as determined as her. The hardest part about bringing my character to life is fully committing to the role of being the main character and being the superstar, because in the scene Scream, I am like the main character, the person in the music video. So I have to like break out of my shell and to really commit to the role of being the center of attention. The message that my character Angel represents is drive to do anything you want. It doesn't matter who's telling you in your ear, like this is not gonna make you successful. You may not get a booking. Like, what if it doesn't work out? And so her message is basically, you should strive for what you want and you should push through all that people are trying to tell you that you can't do.
The third conflict is really about being worthy, self-love. It's really just about not competing for love, not changing or devaluing your authenticity in order for you to be accepted, welcomed, or loved by other people. So The Rise is something that we wrote it's at the beginning of The Gifted, the first play production, original production that we co-wrote together, had to do with looking at fear and understanding the role that fear plays in our life and the role that fear can play if fear is allowed to gain power. And through The Rise, it's about fear ruling over a group of people and individuals starting to fight against it, understanding that this is not right, and then fighting against fear. And how does that happen? How does that work? And so that's what the Rise kind of started with, and it's evolved year on year. Every year we are looking at our artists and we're looking at what's going on in this time, and we're utilizing that to create a message that not only they can present to the audience, but they also can work through themselves, and we can have dialogue about fear, about doubt. Now we're talking about work ethic, we're talking about safety, we're talking about competing for love. And so we utilize these moments to, craft a production around that, so that we can send out a message to the people, but also that we can internally go through the process and talk about it in-house as well as in our artists.